Hello, my beautiful friends, my beautiful people. So today I want to go over missing persons you haven't heard of. I mean, that's the whole point. That's what I like to do about this podcast. That's what I love to do and try to bring those people home. A lot of these, though, they just don't have a lot of information. Yes, I always reach out to the family members, and yes, I have in this case. I just haven't heard anything back yet. Hopefully, I do soon in the future. And if I do, I will definitely keep you guys posted on that. So, with that being said, I wanted to go ahead and go over these cases. And if you have them, that's fantastic. But chances are you probably haven't, so stick tight. First of all, guys, I want to just mention Truth Finder, especially with Father's Day and stuff coming up. So if you have someone that you've been looking for, if you have someone missing in your life, it could be a dad, maybe a long lost sister, friend, anything. Truth Finder is a great way to hunt them down and find out what they've been up to. Maybe even find out, where they've been living, what they've been doing. It's also a great way to check on people that you are closest with and just make sure that they are who they say they are and they don't have, anything sketchy going on that you might not be aware of. So again, that's Truth Finder. It is in the description. But let's go ahead and get started with this. So I want to address Heather Kelly. Okay, so around about 9 o'clock, and she was last seen also December 10th, 2020. So she went to a press conference around 9 o'clock. Kelly ended up leaving her house. She did contact her kids around 22, letting them know she was going to return. According to her missing persons poster, though, she was captured outside the camera of Comstock neighborhood, but she never ended up returning to her family. So she called her kids saying, "Hey, yeah, I'm on my way. I'll be there shortly." And then she was seen on the cameras outside of that building, and then she just never showed up. She is 35 years old, and she went missing. So she was last seen December 10th. And so on December 11th, so she was missing on the 10th. And then on December 11th, Kelly's abandoned truck was discovered about 3 miles from where she had been when she was actually captured on that surveillance camera the previous evening. So, according to the spokesperson that spoke on December 19th, she said that
missing Heather Kelly as a homicide case. In the investigation, Heather Kelly's vehicle was found on East Michigan at Sprinkle Road in December of 2022. The vehicle was set on fire, and evidence of blood was found inside the vehicle prior to our discovering the vehicle.
Her ex-boyfriend, last name is Fuller, is actually a person of interest, and he was actually being held in custody under interrogation. He refused to provide any further information and highlighted that authorities are still looking for anyone else with knowledge about this case. But this guy, he's Kelly's ex-boyfriend, and the FBI believes that this is actually not a missing persons case, but a homicide, and that her ex could be responsible for her disappearance. So, and what kind of makes them believe that is that there was evidence in her car that led them to him, and that also said that she might have been a victim of foul play, such as blood that was in her car that was hers. The FBI also said, you know what, we have hopes that she is still alive. This is a missing person case, but they really believe that her ex-boyfriend had something to do with this, but it's really hard to convict someone without a body. So several detectives are actively actually investigating Heather Kelly's case right now, following up on leads and communication with their relatives and everything like that. And I've reached out to their relatives as well, asking if they wanted to speak on their behalf. They have viewed my message, but they haven't responded yet. The director of public safety actually said, we're just moving forward with the case, assuming we're going to find her, but hoping to find her healthy and happy, and we can hopefully return her to her family. So if you guys seen her or know any information that might lead her to her case, or have any information that might bring the FBI's thought process and saying like, hey, her ex-boyfriend murdered her. So if you have any information on that, that'd be greatly appreciated as well. So Heather Kelly has long blonde hair. She's about 130 and she does have several tattoos. She's about 5'10". I was able to look up her ex-boyfriend also using Truthfinder to verify this information on the boyfriend, and seeing he does have like a past of domestic violence, protective orders against him. There's a few like drunk and disorderly contacts, stuff like that. So, and the fact that she also had a no contact order with him. So there is that. That kind of also points as him as a good suspect. So let me know in the comments what you guys think about this, and see if you guys think that the ex-boyfriend could have done it, or if she is alive. What do you guys think on this? Okay, so I also want to go ahead and talk about a few other people. Dana Rose Angelera Garcia Gonzoles. I think I said her name right. She goes by a few different names. Sometimes it's just Dana Rose. Sometimes it's just Dana Garcia Gonzoles. Sometimes it's Dana Garcia. Sometimes it's Dana Gonzoles. Sometimes it's Dana Rose Angelera Garcia Gonzoles. Okay. But she was like last seen in Winter Haven, California, and she was last heard from her family on April 29th, 2020. Although, though, they were saying that she might have not disappeared until like May 2020. They're not sure, but the last time that her family had heard from her was April 29th, 2020. So she left her cell phone and purse and belongings behind in her home and had not been heard from again. So she has been known to travel from California to Arizona and Mexico. However, there had not been any sightings of her in those places since her disappearance. Did she just like walk away? Because like everything was in her home still. Her phone, wallet, all that was still in her home. So did she just like walk away to start a new life? Or did someone she come in her house if it was unlocked already and like forcibly took her? If she did plan to walk away, get a new life, like what happened there? And maybe on the way, when she was going to go do a new life, she could have perhaps been abducted by aliens. So there were actually quite a few sightings around that area, around the days that she could have gone missing. So her date of missing is not exact. So the fact that we have a few days to play with, and in that area was a few UFO sightings, I'm going to just put it out there and say it's not possible. But the FBI is offering a reward of just $10,000 with any information on her disappearance. If you guys have any information, I have gone ahead, I've linked everything on my website, as well as like where I'm finding all the information on my sources. They are going to be right there. So what's interesting too, so I did try to reach out to her friends and family. Also, there is a Facebook, help find Deanna Rose Angelera Garcia Gonzoles Facebook, but it hasn't been active since 2021. And anyone that I contacted, they either saw that and read that I contacted them, or they just haven't responded. So yeah, let me know what you guys think on this one. Like what could have happened, or why all of a sudden would everything just be in her home and then just like poof, completely gone.